Hey guys, inside this video I will show you how you can get instant access to this cool new product that I found. Keep on watching to find out how you can get access for free.
After they killed my mother and my faith, high blood pressure and diabetes would have killed me if it wasn't for this miraculous discovery that saved my life. Yet still, nothing can free me of the guilt I feel. Wouldn't you feel guilty if God gave you a simple, natural solution to regulate your blood pressure and blood sugar without suffering any of the side effects of medication, insulin pricks, or restrictive diets? A solution with more than 28,164 studies supporting the truth behind its blood healing functions. How would you feel if you had an effortless answer, a special secret for one of the 29 million Americans who wake up with diabetes every day, while another 86 million walk around like ticking time bombs with their prediabetes, so vulnerable to a sudden stroke, heart attack, or amputation? And what if you selfishly kept the solution from the 75 million people suffering from high blood pressure, who could avoid heart disease and cardiac arrest if they only knew how to protect themselves like I do now? You see, I feel guilty because while there are 6 diabetic deaths per minute and a stroke every 40 seconds, Grace has handed me an incredible solution, and I no longer have to worry about my health the way I used to. Before I tell you exactly what's in this solution and how it can help you or someone you love, I should tell you who I am and why you're watching this exclusive presentation. Because my story is probably something like your story, or what your story could be like if high blood pressure or diabetes runs in your family. And simply put, I don't want you to have to go through what I did. I still feel a shiver down my spine because I was so close to death's door. And some nights, I wake up in a cold sweat, remembering the terror of my mom's untimely death. So if you've ever felt afraid or you've watched someone you love suffer with diabetes or high blood pressure, what I'm going to share with you right now is not only the most important thing you will ever discover, if not for yourself, your spouse, or a parent, this information will be valuable for what you teach your children. So it's absolutely necessary you watch this presentation until the very end. When you finish watching in the next few minutes, you'll have the information that could restore your health and bring back the youthful years of your life without having to worry about expensive medications or an immediate hospital visit. It's true, and I can tell you from experience, any skepticism will disappear when I explain the scientific truth behind your diabetes and high blood pressure and why pharmaceutical companies have been targeting the symptoms rather than the causes. You see, diabetes goes inside high blood pressure like a sock goes inside a shoe. And that's where my fateful story begins, with the deadly white sock inside my mom's shoe. Hi, my name is Brandon, and the first thing you should know about me is I'm not a doctor. I'm not a priest or a prophet either. What you've probably figured out by now is I'm a regular person just like you. I have a wife and 2 children, and until I encountered this God-given solution, I nearly died because of my high blood pressure and diabetes. But like you stumbled onto this page, I was accidentally able to heal myself by a stroke of grace. You're going to be overjoyed when you hear this. You see, you don't have to submit yourself to a lifetime sentence of blood drugs that cause side effects like rashes, kidney failure, pancreatitis, nausea, swelling, and weight gain. If you're like thousands of other good people who have used this solution, you may not even need to take those medications anymore. In fact, the only side effects you can experience with the solution I'm sharing with you are surprisingly enjoyable. You may experience healthy weight loss support, a better emotional mood, clearer thinking, along with improved daily energy levels, and that's with just one of the ingredients that I'm about to show you. Of course, if I had known this special solution before my mom's diabetic episodes, she might still be alive. It was her terrifying death that shook my faith in God more than anything else in my life. It was terrible. I saw her go from a happy, reasonably healthy woman who was managing her type 2 diabetes and blood pressure to a dark shadow of her former self. I hate to say it, but she became a burden to everyone around her and ultimately died because of her high blood pressure and diabetes. I would never say that to her, and I know it's not her fault, just like it's not your fault if you have diabetes and high blood pressure. After all, there's no telling who's going to die from these conditions or who will survive. That's why they call these conditions silent killers. Listen, 37% of US adults have no idea they have prediabetes, and even more are prehypertensive or already have full-blown high blood pressure, which is why I hope you'll see my horrifying story as a warning. It was after I watched my mom perish from diabetes that I experienced a sudden stroke of my own. You see, just like my mom, I had diabetes and high blood pressure, and like her, I was managing both, separately. I thought it made sense. High blood pressure happens when your blood is pushing too hard against the insides of your blood vessels. And while your arteries start to harden, you risk stroke, kidney disease, and developing heart failure because your heart struggles to push blood through your body. And diabetes is slightly different. Even though diabetes is associated with heart failure and kidney disease, along with Alzheimer's and an early death, it happens differently. See, diabetes is when your body can't produce or respond to the hormone insulin, and while that sounds like two separate issues, you're about to see why they're one and the same. The first clue was when my mother's doctor treated her diabetes and high blood pressure with two separate prescriptions. She was spending about $2,000 a month on insulin and another $1,200 a year on high blood pressure meds, and she wasn't getting any better. By the time she was in her early 60s, she was living with me, my wife, and my kids. In fact, her health eventually went off like a light switch. One day, on a sunny afternoon, I heard the sound of bathwater running as I got home. I didn't think anything of it. However, this was the beginning of the end for her. By the time I got upstairs to check up on her to see if she was okay, she was already out of the tub and getting dressed. As I noticed her put on her socks, her face clenched as if she was in pain. I asked her if she was okay. My mom just brushed it off and said she was fine. However, later that day, we noticed that she developed small cuts on her foot, and these cuts led to serious tragedy. The heat of the water made her foot so sensitive to even the smallest touch that the soft fabric of the sock actually cut her foot, and it was these cuts that got infected and turned gangrenous. Now, I don't know about you, but never in my life did I think I would be worried that my socks would cost me a leg. But that's exactly what happened to my very own mother. Her leg needed to be amputated. It just goes to show you how vulnerable you are when you have diabetes and high blood pressure that gets out of control. Even after her amputation, the doctor still insisted that we treat her high blood pressure and diabetes separately. Something just didn't sit right with me, but I listened to the doctor. The next few months proceeded to be the worst time in my family's life. My mother suffered like nothing I've ever seen before. The devil himself couldn't have even done something so cruel. After losing her leg, the doctors continued to hack away at her. She lost the toes on her right foot, she had one of her kidneys removed, and finally, she went blind. A month later after she went blind, she passed away at the age of 63. This was the most grueling incident that anyone can possibly experience in their lives. It still infuriates me to think I could have prevented it, if I'd only listened to my gut. That's why when I found out about my diabetes, I decided to do things differently. However, it wasn't until I had my first stroke that I decided it was time for a change. All I remember is waking up in the hospital with my wife and kids standing over me, weeping. The overhead light was blinding white. I had no idea what happened. I looked around confused and hazy before a doctor walked in staring coldly over his clipboard. As he cleared his throat, he proceeded to say, "Your blood pressure is 155 millimeters of mercury over 100 millimeters of mercury, and your blood sugar is 11 millimoles per liter. You have stage 2 hypertension and diabetes." The first thing I saw in my mind was my mother. I looked down at my legs and imagined the doctors hacking them off. I imagined the pain you must feel when a kidney fails and they have to cut it out. The doctor went on to tell me how lucky I was that the stroke didn't kill me, and he'd need to put me on meds. The list of side effects sounded worse than the condition itself. Blindness, eye pain, upset stomach, dizziness, severe sweating, diarrhea, and vomiting. And not just that, the medications would mess with and even stop my high blood pressure meds that I've already been taking from working. I couldn't believe it. When I got home, all I could do was sit around feeling sorry for myself. I could already feel the side effects of the meds start to sink in, and I figured I would live the rest of my life this way. While my kids played outside, I went scrolling through the internet looking for answers. I clicked on a link about an unconventional approach to addressing high blood pressure and high blood sugar issues. I started reading through the page and something struck my eye. According to the National Heart, Blood, and Lung Institute, both blood pressure and diabetes are part of something bigger called metabolic syndrome. Maybe you've heard of it. If you suffer from high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat around the waist, and abnormal cholesterol or triglyceride levels all at once, then treating just high blood pressure or diabetes won't get the job done. I thought that made sense considering my diabetes medication can ruin the effects of my high blood pressure meds and vice versa. Each of those conditions is wrapped up in this bigger problem called metabolic disorder. And the truth is, all of these conditions are associated with one another because they create a domino effect for poor health. That's why at least 68% of people age 65 or older with diabetes will die from some form of heart disease. And folks with diabetes can be 4 times more likely to die from heart disease than adults without diabetes. Blood pressure, blood sugar, the heart, and your weight are all related. And there's more. When you have diabetes, glucose stays in the bloodstream. That's why your blood sugar levels go through the roof. Normally, your pancreas would create insulin so that the glucose can get into your cells and provide you with healthy energy. But with more glucose in the bloodstream, your blood sugar goes up with your blood pressure, which just makes plain sense. If there's more stuff in your blood, whether it's cholesterol or glucose, it's going to push up against your blood vessels and make it tougher for your heart to pump blood throughout the body. And if you've ever thought to yourself, why is it so hard for me to lose weight? Here's your answer. When your body can't properly use glucose from the food you eat as energy to fuel your cells, instead of burning that as fuel, your body stores it as fat. Plus, the cholesterol levels and triglycerides that create plaque throughout your arteries are also forcing your blood vessels to stiffen up. So instead of stretching a bit to let blood flow more easily, your blood vessels are constricting, which raises your blood pressure even more. So as I'm doing my research, I asked myself the simple question, why is modern medicine treating these conditions separately? And the answer will infuriate you. I uncovered countless news articles about big pharmaceutical companies being accused of major kickbacks, bribes, and strong-arming doctors at hospitals throughout the world, forcing them to use their medications. And while these practices have cost these companies billions of dollars in lawsuits, it's making them trillions in profits. Sadly, it's in their best interest if you buy 2 or 3 drugs, even when these conditions can be overcome naturally. My jaw dropped to the floor. As my eyes ran across the screen searching for answers, the words stopped me dead in my tracks. There is one solution to metabolic disorder, including high blood pressure and blood sugar, and they are in the natural ingredients that God put on this earth. There was evidence to suggest these ingredients would work, and even though my faith was shaken from what happened to my mom, I decided I had nothing to lose. If I didn't do something, I would have to accept that my kids might grow up without a dad, or at least a dad in a wheelchair, at constant risk of a stroke or heart attack. And I would have to accept that my relationship with my wife would change. I would no longer be the protector and provider. Instead, I would need to be looked after, and she would be more like my nurse than my wife. I knew I couldn't accept that. So I stayed up all night poring over all the research I could find until I felt I had an answer, and I got more than I bargained for. With each article, there seemed to be another way for all natural ingredients to help me heal myself. The first ingredient I discovered had a weird name. However, I thought it looked promising. It's called white mulberry leaf. In one recent study, taking 1 gram of a powdered leaf of white mulberry just 3 times a day for 4 weeks decreased fasting blood sugar levels by 27% compared with an 8% decrease with a big pharma diabetes medicine. Even more exciting is one of white mulberry's healthy side effects. A subgroup in a study conducted on a group of people on a low-calorie diet were given either a placebo or white mulberry. Amazingly, the participants in the white mulberry group lost 19.8 pounds in just 90 days. And that rate of steady weight loss has been shown to make it easier to keep the weight off. Each pound of weight loss may reduce the risk of diabetes by 16%. If you can lose 19.8 pounds, you'll have almost a 317% lower risk. But that's just one ingredient. The next one I had heard of before, and you probably have too. However, maybe you'll be surprised to learn this. Did you know that vitamin C is made naturally in almost all living animals except humans? It's true. What's sad for us humans is that observational studies have shown an inverse relationship between vitamin C intake and major cardiovascular problems and risk factors. In fact, 29 trials dated all the way back for more than 51 years showed vitamin C supplementation reduces systolic and diastolic blood pressure. That's not all I found though. If all it took was vitamin C, then everyone who drinks a glass of orange juice with breakfast in the morning would be a lot safer from heart disease. But that's not the case. There are other natural ingredients that I discovered, and as you'll see, each of them is essential for different reasons. One of them is called juniper berry, which has natural antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compounds. If you keep up to date with the latest health news and you know the power of antioxidants for your health, you know what a blessing this ingredient will be for your blood balance. The fact is, antioxidant therapy has been shown to exert beneficial effects in hypertension, atherosclerosis, ischemic heart disease, cardiomyopathies, and congestive heart failure. That's why including vitamin E as a potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory was a no-brainer. Unfortunately, many supplements use a cheap synthetic form of vitamin E. The difference is actually how it's spelled. The only kind I would use is called D-alpha tocopherol succinate. Other fake vitamin E's will have a DL as the prefix instead of the D. These synthetic vitamin E's won't have the same level of anti-inflammatories or antioxidants. And since researchers know for sure that inflammation is somehow involved in the development of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and heavily associated with obesity, it is essential to make sure you are taking the highest quality vitamin E. By now, I was flying through these health insights at the speed of light. For instance, preliminary research shows supplementing biotin can help reduce blood sugar levels in people with both types of blood sugar complications and possibly eliminate the symptoms of diabetic neuropathy, which is nerve damage caused from high blood sugar, and this nerve damage can lead to numbness, pain, and eventually being totally paralyzed. Now, when biotin is combined with a mineral called chromium, the results are outstanding. In a study with 36 overweight and obese subjects with type 2 diabetes, a combination of chromium and biotin were provided. The results were incredible. The active group who took the biotin and chromium had a significant difference in triglyceride and cholesterol levels after just 4 weeks. Even though biotin and chromium can pack a punch, chromium is a health helper all on its own. You see, chromium's main job is regulating the amount of glucose in the blood. And as you know now, insulin helps move glucose out of the blood into the cells for energy. When your insulin moves glucose, it uses chromium as an assistant, or what's called a cofactor, to unlock the door into the cells and allows glucose to energize you instead of remaining in your bloodstream where it slowly kills you. A super accurate double-blind placebo-controlled study of 180 people who took chromium showed significant decrease in fasting glucose after 2 months. So when you start to feel energized and happy instead of foggy and fatigued, you'll know it's simply chromium doing its job. I was really impressed with the wealth of knowledge this research was giving me, but I wanted more. I don't know if you're aware that Alzheimer's is sometimes called the diabetes of the mind, and folks who have diabetes are predisposed to this awful degenerative brain disease. Magnesium is actually a key player in preventing more health conditions than you can shake a stick at. There was a wild study conducted in the Netherlands that lasted for 9 years. Scientists followed around thousands of older men and women and discovered those with the lowest magnesium levels in their blood were 36% more likely to die from coronary heart disease and 54% more likely to experience sudden cardiac death over the course of the study than those with healthy magnesium levels. And did you know that since the 1950s, the nutrition density in our food has been depleted of magnesium? Believe me, that's why more people are clinically anxious, overweight, and sick now than ever before in history. This is not just affecting you and everyone you know. Magnesium deficiency is dangerous, and it's in 50% of the American population. If that wasn't enough, your blood sugar levels can be affected by it. Just look. In another study, increased consumption of magnesium has been shown to help reduce type 2 diabetes. Minerals like this are an important part of your blood health, especially in folks who take ACE inhibitors to treat high blood pressure. The mineral zinc can become dangerously low, and that can actually hurt your blood pressure. Zinc is responsible for supporting immune function, protein synthesis, wound healing, and a daily intake of zinc is essential because the body can't store it for more than a few hours at a time. So you must constantly replace your supply of zinc. Without these essential vitamins and minerals, your body is virtually defenseless against the health conditions you're genetically predisposed to. I don't know why my doctor never told me this. Maybe your doctor has never told you this either. I can only imagine how so many doctors who are persuaded by big pharmaceutical companies and given under-the-table deals in order to use their medications on unsuspecting patients. Some doctors simply don't care about all-natural solutions to our problems. But I really do believe that God cares. You see, God put these natural elements to heal ourselves on earth. Don't you feel He would love you enough to do that for you? Maybe you doubt that like I did, but I knew that discovering this research was a small sign. Because if I was ever going to heal myself, I had to believe in this truth. I knew I had to cast aside my doubts, so I kept reading. This next ingredient is called vanadium, and it's what I think of as God's little secret. You see, this mineral is only in 0.015% of the Earth's crust, so it's hidden from most people who don't know about it, but it acts just like insulin inside the body. It can reduce the need for insulin by 75%, as shown by a controlled study on rats in a model of insulin-dependent diabetes. It actually imitates insulin and works almost exactly the same. These are the exact ingredients you need to make healthy changes to blood sugar and blood pressure levels in the body, no matter what your age, weight, or if you're a man or woman. That also includes this incredible herb called banaba leaf, which has an active ingredient called chlorosolic acid that's been shown in human studies to help lower blood sugar within an hour. It works just like Google does. Google is an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory like vitamin E and manganese, which plays an important role in fighting damaging free radicals in the body. It has been used to address various conditions, including joint pain, body fat, and of course blood pressure and blood sugar irregularities. When you combine it with this incredible ingredient called bitter lemon, you simply can't lose. This melon contains at least 3 active substances with anti-diabetic properties, and all 3 substances have been proven to lower blood glucose levels. How do you feel learning this? I know how I felt. Part of me was scared to try it, and part of me was excited. I could see these ingredients being the answer to my health troubles, but how could I be sure? My emotions were stirring inside of me as I continued reading. On top of the healthy ingredients I've already shared with you, I discovered a special guide ingredient that's been used for thousands of years to increase the potency of each component. Despite what it sounds like, you won't find it in any candy store. It's called licorice root extract. And not only does it help the other ingredients do their thing, it also melts away fat. One study found that people who took a licorice flavonoid oil each day for 8 weeks experienced reductions in body fat, body weight, body mass index, and LDL cholesterol levels. And that's not all. This other incredible ingredient called cinnamon bark powder can control your insulin levels in a way you never thought was possible. The studies have been very promising, and I'm really excited to share it with you. Many studies have shown cinnamon bark powder to decrease fasting plasma glucose and increase fat-free mass in overweight or obese pre-diabetic subjects, and these beneficial effects may open up new and exciting avenues to prevent and control diabetes. How do you like this so far? You'll be even more surprised when you discover what Gymnema sylvestre leaf powder can do for you. The evidence shows this powder is extremely effective against cardiovascular disease and obesity. And yarrow flowers powder is shown to help in hyperactive cardiovascular and airway disorders like hypertension and asthma. When you combine that with cayenne pepper, you're helping your blood pressure and blood sugar from 2 totally different angles. See, cayenne helps with metabolic conditions. Cayenne also helps reduce appetite and helps the breakdown of body fats while increasing your natural metabolism and stabilizing blood glucose. And I also discovered a unique ingredient called alpha-lipoic acid that can pass easily into the brain, and it may help protect the brain and nerve tissue. Researchers are investigating it as a potential treatment for stroke and other brain problems involving free radical damage, such as dementia. This is a powerful antioxidant clinically used for the treatment of diabetic neuropathy, and recent studies suggest the possibility of alpha-lipoic acid as a potential anti-cancer agent. Plus, this other ingredient called L-taurine has been shown to lower blood pressure and improve vascular function in pre-hypertension. Now, there was one ingredient that completely blew me away when I saw what it can do. I just couldn't believe I had only heard about this now. This ingredient is called berberine, and it's known for being the ultimate remedy for properly balancing blood sugar. Numerous studies have shown the incredible amount of anti-inflammatory and anti-diabetic benefits berberine contains and is one of the best ingredients for treating type 2 diabetes and can even lower cholesterol levels, improve intestinal health, reduce glucose production in the liver. And on top of all that, this ingredient has been shown to help with fat loss as well. Now, if you're anything like me, you feel like you've gone through a whirlwind of health relief. It can feel exciting. However, it can also feel a bit overwhelming. And even though it was hard, I was able to overcome just enough of my doubt to give it a try. You see, I did what any self-respecting diabetes and high blood pressure victim would do. I immediately bought all the ingredients in the purest form I could find for the whopping price of $658. I figured if nothing else, there was scientific proof showing it would work. When the ingredients arrived at my house, I realized I made a huge mistake. I didn't know what amounts of each ingredient to use. While these ingredients are all special on their own, they also work together, like the chromium and biotin. So even with all these ingredients, I was up the creek without a paddle until I could figure out a way to get them mixed into the precise amounts for lasting health support. It didn't take long for me to realize I needed help. So I did even more research and reached out to as many nutrition experts I could find. After speaking with countless authorities in natural ingredient mixtures and health, I only felt comfortable handing over my research to one group. The good people at a company called Nutrition Hacks. Nutrition Hacks is one of the most cutting-edge nutrition companies out there who are known for taking the world's most secret ingredients and combining them to create life-changing formulas. They were able to create a precise mixture of all the ingredients from my research and put it in a convenient capsule for me. Within just a few weeks of taking these ingredients and getting off my medication, I started feeling better. Still, I knew I couldn't be sure this is real until I got my measurements from my doctor. As I sat in his office, I could feel my palms sweat from how nervous I was. I silently prayed there in hopes that my blood pressure and fasting blood glucose levels would lower by even just a few points. The doctor walked in, and to this day I will never forget how my heart skipped when he said, "Your measurements are completely normal. Your blood pressure is 135 millimeters of mercury over 90 millimeters of mercury, and your blood sugar is at 6.0 millimoles per liter." Now, I know it may seem hokey and not everyone will agree with me, but looking back, I see each one of these as a sign from God. The stroke I had, discovering the hard evidence of these natural God-given ingredients, and finally, trying this solution with the help of nutrition hacks. Just think, there's a real solution to blood sugar and blood pressure complications that can change things for millions of people. It's been behind closed doors for so long, but now I have made it my mission to get this amazing solution to as many people as possible, which is why you're here right now. Nutrition Hacks has finally released this blood pressure and blood sugar balancing solution to the public. It's called the Blood Balance Formula. The Blood Balance Formula contains all the ingredients you just discovered in a convenient daily supplement. When you start with the Blood Balance Formula, in a very short time, you're going to wake up healthier. Your blood pressure is going to be under your control. Your blood sugar is going to regulate. You are going to reset and restore your metabolism. You're going to sleep soundly and enjoy a daily spring of energy. And you're going to experience zero adverse side effects. You see, it's no coincidence that you clicked to watch this presentation and that you're here seeing these words right now. Now it's up to you to decide if you're witnessing a graceful opportunity to reverse the conditions that plague you with this 100% proven formula, and whether you wish to live a disease-free life with the energy of a 20-year-old. You must ask yourself, what would restored health mean for you and your family? When you imagine what you will save on expensive medications, medical bills, and doctor visits, or worse, long-term hospital stays that can cost tens of thousands of dollars. And how do you feel when you think of what it means to have more time with your family? I would do anything to see my mom again, even just for a moment. Not a day goes by where I don't wonder if she would be alive if I discovered this sooner. You can't put a price on time spent with the people you love, which is why you will realize getting your hands on the Blood Balance Formula is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. How do I know? Because even though the ingredients of this supplement on their own could easily come in at over $658, and you simply cannot put a price on your health. However, I'm passionate about these specific health issues that have haunted me and my family for so long, and I don't want you to fall victim to the same misfortunes that I experienced. So on behalf of Nutrition Hacks, we're going to give you this breakthrough formula at such an incredibly low price that you'll be blown away. You can have your first bottle of the Blood Balance Formula for less than $2 a day. To order, click the button below this video that says Get Blood Balance Formula Now, and you'll be taken to a secure webpage where you'll get the opportunity to choose your discounted package before we run out of stock. You can trust that Nutrition Hacks is a well-respected company that delivers to all 50 states in America and all across the world with industry-leading customer service that will personally help you every step along the way. So once you're on that page and you enter your payment information, it will be 100% safe and secure. And listen, I understand when you make your order today, you'll be showing your faith in me, in your higher power, and in your body's ability to heal itself. That's a big step for anyone, which is why I'm going to guarantee your purchase in just a moment. But first, I want to give you something. Even with all the research you have read that 100% proves the amazing benefits of the Blood Balance Formula, the only way to be sure this is right for you is by taking action, investing in your health, and claiming the Blood Balance Formula for less than the cost of a morning coffee each day. I know it's not easy, and we all have doubts. Trust me, nobody understands that better than I do. That's why I'm going to give you another essential piece of Blood Balance Health Restoration. When you click the button below this video and claim your package, I'm also going to include a special one-time free gift for you. It's called Blood Balance Smoothie Secrets. Inside, you'll discover 27 delicious and little-known smoothie recipes that are fast, fun, and easy to make. Each one of these mouth-watering smoothies is made to control your blood sugar and blood pressure and work together with your Blood Balance Formula supplement. Here's what you'll find inside. A 5% decrease in systolic blood pressure, a 6% decrease in diastolic blood pressure, and a 69% increase in blood levels of nitric oxide to help widen blood vessels and increase blood flow. Those are just a handful of results you can expect from the secret ingredient inside the yummy Banana Berry Bliss smoothie. And if you would like to lose 35 pounds in 11 weeks and discontinue all blood pressure medications and insulin, then the Chia Banana Smoothie can help you do it. And these smoothies will provide more energy, better sleep, and more focus at work and home, especially when you try the orange cucumber smoothie with a special superfood ingredient. If that doesn't do it for you, try this. Combine blueberries, almonds, honey, and ice cubes with some almond milk or skim milk and blend it up for a flavorful blueberry almond smoothie. These smoothies contain special micronutrients that directly target hypertension, high blood pressure, and blood sugar imbalances. When you take these smoothies with your blood balance formula, you'll have a 1-2 punch of blood sugar and blood pressure health, with even more healthy recipes inside. And when you make your order today, you will risk absolutely nothing. That's right. For the next 6 months, your purchase is 100% guaranteed. If at any point within the next 6 months from now, you find that your results are anything short of heavenly, I don't want you to even think of keeping this formula. See, if you're like me, you'll agree life is too short for anything less than the absolute best. That's why I proudly recommend this formula to everyone I meet. But if you aren't happy taking it, please tell us in an email or a phone call, and the good people at Nutrition Hacks will happily refund your entire purchase price right away. They'll even let you keep the blood balance smoothie secrets, so you can know in your heart you will make this decision 100% guilt-free because there's no risk for you at all. I personally know in my heart this is what you should be taking, and that's not all you'll get. You see, I am so grateful that you took the time out of your day to stick with me through this presentation and listen to my unfortunate story that I want to give you another gift that was personally made by me. To save you time and give you the chance to look over everything you need and have total peace of mind you're making the right decision by investing in the Blood Balance formula right now, I'm also going to include a free copy of The Blood Balance Research Secrets that reveals our comprehensive research supporting the quality ingredients in your supplement, along with some underground secrets that you've never seen before so you can cast your doubts aside. The rock-hard evidence for the magnificent healing powers of the Blood Balance formula will forever be right at your fingertips, and I want you to have it when you claim the Blood Balance formula right now. After you show your faith and click the button below this video, you will choose your package and enter your payment choice. Once you do, you will immediately have your Blood Balance Smoothie Secrets ebook and your brand new copy of the Blood Balance Research Secrets delivered to your email address. This decision is an absolute no-brainer for you, and it's only a click away. So what are you waiting for? Did you ever wait too long to make a decision only to see the opportunity pass you by? Do you fully understand what waiting can mean for your health, for your life? The time to make this decision is now. You can feel it. You know what's really going on with your blood, your heart, and your metabolic conditions. Research proves this formula will help support your health in ways you can only imagine. On top of that, you risk nothing when you make your order today. I'm giving you a chance to prove you believe and to take action. Look, I know what it's like to feel hesitant and doubtful, and I know the unfortunate consequences when you do not act quickly. Don't let it happen. You have the faith in yourself to make the right choice, because when you do, you will quickly see that you are here for a reason. And I am here for no other reason than to do God's work and guide you to a healthier, happier life, the life you deserve. So cast your doubts aside. On this page, you have found a real solution to your blood pressure and blood sugar. With all this proof, how can you doubt the power of these God-given ingredients? Honestly, if you can't show faith now, when will you ever? As you know, God is always watching. I'm convinced it was He who guided me back to health and bestowed upon me this mission of health to reach you. What you do next will show Him in your heart what you believe. What would you like Him to see? All you can do now is choose one of the 3 options that is laid out for you on the next page, and choosing to do nothing would be a shame. Because the truth is, you can continue to do what you've been doing and suffer the wrath of diabetes, high blood pressure, and all the hellish illnesses that will undoubtedly consume you if you do not do what's right for your health. You can buy the lies of big pharmaceutical companies and swallow the medicines that will leave you sicker than you started. You can simply ignore the feelings that now stir in your heart when you so deeply know you have finally discovered a real blood health solution. You can sit there listening to my voice and do yourself a painful disservice and watch this opportunity pass you by. But no, you will always remember in the back of your mind exactly what happened when you arrived on this page, read these words, and waited until it was too late. It will always be the doubters who start going blind, drop dead of heart attacks and strokes, and wither away with heart disease, amputations, and Alzheimer's. If that's what you want, I wish the best of luck to you. However, for real lasting blood health management and for the ultimate show of faith, The only thing to do next is to move forward with the blood balance formula and start healing yourself through God today. When you click on the button below this video, you will be joining thousands of men and women who have used this exact solution to restore optimal blood health. I know you don't want to leave this page with the eyes of God upon you. That's why we're giving you the blood balance formula with a wide open 6-month guarantee, so you risk absolutely nothing. Wouldn't it be a shame to come back to this page and see the opportunity to take advantage of this offer has disappeared? You are risking much more when you wait. There's no way I will let you keep suffering. There's no way I will let you leave this page without helping you. God knows suffering into an untimely grave is not the life you're supposed to live. You see, what you do next will determine God's plan for you, and if you feel it's within your power to make a change, and if you have enough faith to take the leap with me, then the next option is to make the right decision and take action on this exclusive opportunity. With the blood balance formula, you are investing in your peace of mind and the best blood pressure and blood sugar control supplement in the Nutrition Hacks Health Collection, which is why you must choose to order blood balance right now. Make your order and simply try it. For a week, try it for 2 weeks, try it for as long as you want for the next 6 months, completely risk-free. Experience the life-changing effects of completely restored blood health. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. It's now up to you. Only you can look into your heart and seek God's guidance to make the right choice. Whatever you do next may decide where you are 1 month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. Will you be healthy? Will your blood pressure and blood sugar levels be under control? Or will you be using some big pharma drug that disables you with its torturous side effects? Will you still be researching another method when you could have simply made the right choice to secure your order of blood balance right here, right now? The opportunity to succeed and restore your health is wide open without any risk when you invest in your order of the blood balance formula today. If you really have faith in your higher power, the only choice you can now make is the right choice. Click the button below this video right now and claim your exclusive package of the blood balance formula. Remember, you will have 6 months to try the amazing blood balance formula and finally cast your doubts aside for good. There are no more secrets left for you to know or discover. This is the opportunity for you to make the right choice in the eyes of God and take control of your life. You've heard my story, and now it's up to you. I hope this presentation has helped you, and you will have faith to make the right choice. Whatever you choose, may peace be with you. Still having trouble making a decision, dear friend? Hey, that's okay. To set your mind at ease, let me answer a few more questions for you to remove all doubts from your mind. Will it work for me? As you saw throughout the presentation, research on each of these ingredients and their effect on blood pressure and blood sugar has been tireless. Everything points to the fact that this supplement will work for you. Plus, to set your mind at ease, when you make your order, it will come with all the research you need to be certain this supplement is backed by scientific fact. But let's say for a moment that you try it and it doesn't work for you. Okay, do you remember what I said about the guarantee? After you make your order, if you don't feel amazing from this supplement, you will have 6 months to return your purchase with no questions asked. Today, your only responsibility is to make sure you give this a try. The odds are it'll work for you and you will be thrilled with your results. Will I be billed monthly? No, you will not be billed monthly. What you see is what you get. That's why I personally recommend you take advantage of the bigger package discounts like everyone else does, because you never know when we'll run out of stock. Are there any side effects? Unlike mainstream medications that only band-aid over the symptoms of your high blood pressure and diabetes, the natural formula in the blood balance formula goes after the real cause of your condition. That's why the only side effects are the side effects associated with a healthy body. For example, one of the most popular side effects of this supplement is easier weight management. Another is more energy. Other than these pleasurable results, no side effects have been reported. What else do I get? When you make your order right now, you will also receive the Blood Balance Smoothie Secrets and the Blood Balance Research Secrets. As you saw, the Blood Balance Smoothie Secrets is a collection of mouth-watering smoothies to help you better control your diabetes and blood pressure by slurping on delicious smoothies whenever your taste buds desire. The Blood Balance Research Secrets is a collection of the research gathered on all the ingredients in your supplement. So when you make your order, you will receive everything you need to know so that you can be completely sure you are making the right choice today. What should I do if I'm still not sure? Simply try the supplement. If you have watched this far, it's obvious to me you are ready for a change. You have 6 months to decide if you want to keep the Blood Balance formula, but you must make your order now. The ball is in your court. Get your information ready right now and click the Add to Cart button below. On the next page, you'll enter your information and you will be so glad you did because just moments later, you will receive your smoothie recipes and all the research you need to support your decision. At the same time, we will start boxing up your Blood Balance formula and ship it out to you as fast as we can so you can start restoring your health ASAP. You have to believe that your arrival at this page is not an accident. You're here for a reason, and the next move you make for your health could be the most important decision of your life. Have faith. You'll know what to do.
Thanks for watching. Please follow the link in the description to get access to the product.